Mr. Paw and the Golden Secret of the Meadow. Mr. Paw adjusted his spectacles and tapped his wooden pointer against the chalkboard. "Today, class, we are going on a golden quest," he announced with a twitch of his whiskers. Saffron the squirrel chattered with excitement, clutching her tiny backpack. They were going to leave the forest classroom to find out exactly how the buzzing bees made their sweet, sticky treasure. The group trekked through the tall grass until they reached the sun-drenched meadow. "Look closely," Mr. Paw whispered to Pip the bluebird, who was hovering just above his shoulder. The meadow was a sea of colorful wildflowers. Mr. Paw explained that deep inside each flower was a tiny drop of sweet liquid called nectar, which was the secret ingredient for honey. Saffron hopped onto a large white daisy just as a fuzzy honeybee landed on the petal next to her. "Oh!" Saffron gasped. Mr. Paw told her to watch the bee's head. The bee used its long, straw-like tongue, called a proboscis, to slurp up the nectar. It was like the bee was drinking a tiny milkshake from the heart of the flower. Pip flew down to get a better look at the bee's fuzzy legs. "She's wearing yellow boots," Pip chirped. Mr. Paw chuckled and explained that the yellow dust was pollen. As the bee moved from flower to find more nectar, she carried the pollen with her, helping the meadow grow more flowers for next year. After visiting many flowers, the bee's honey stomach was full. Mr. Paw led Saffron toward an old, hollow oak tree at the edge of the woods. "Now the real magic happens," Mr. Paw said. They watched as the bee flew toward a small hole in the trunk, where thousands of her sisters were waiting. This was the hive, the busiest factory in the world. Pip zoomed up to the hive's entrance, keeping a respectful distance. He saw bees acting like tiny guards, and others acting like pilots. Mr. Paw explained that every bee had a special job. Some bees stayed inside just to fan their wings to keep the hive cool, while others were the builders who made the nursery for the baby bees. Mr. Paw held up a small, empty piece of honeycomb he had found on the forest floor. He showed it to Pip. "Bees are master architects," he said. "They build these perfect six-sided shapes called hexagons out of wax. It is the strongest way to store their honey without wasting any space." Pip marveled at the perfect, golden, waxy cells. Saffron noticed two bees on a nearby branch doing a strange little shimmy. They were walking in circles and shaking their backsides. "They're dancing," Saffron giggled. Mr. Paw explained that this was the waggle dance. By dancing in a certain direction, the bee was telling her friends exactly where to find the best patch of flowers. Inside the hive, Mr. Paw told Saffron, the bees pass the nectar from mouth to mouth to reduce the water. Then they fan it with their wings until it becomes thick and golden. He explained that once it was perfect, they sealed the cell with a wax lid. It was their food for the long, cold winter when no flowers were blooming. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of orange and honey gold, Mr. Paw gathered his students. "Nature works together," he said softly to Pip. "The flowers give nectar, the bees give life to the flowers, and in return, the world gets honey." Pip and Saffron smiled, feeling very lucky to know the golden secret of the meadow.